Hey everyone, welcome back to my channel. I hope you're all doing really well. Today's video is a hair related video, and this was actually requested by someone in a recent video of mine. Somebody asked me to share how I do my sleek ponytail and sleek bun hairstyles. So I thought I would put together a video sharing exactly that. So thank you so much for the suggestion. And if you ever have any other video suggestions or video ideas for me that you would like to see me put together and to see me film here on my channel, then please do leave me a comment letting me know. So I'm sure you're pretty used to seeing me with these kind of hairstyles, but today I'm showing you exactly how I do them. So with that in mind, today we are working with day 3 or day 4 hair. Basically it's hair wash time, so that's why I thought I'd put this together, because it's like the perfect opportunity to share with you how I do these. I do have layers cut in at the moment, which admittedly I really dislike. Like I hate them. I find them so frustrating. I actually got these cut back in, I think it was November, and my idea was to have like the sort of curtain bangs thing going on, but my hair is just too little and too thin and too straight to have any sort of curtain bang look going on. So yeah, I really don't like them. But anyway, that's just my hairstyle at the moment, and I can't wait for them to grow out so that I can go back to my standard blunt cut, which was just my fave. So this is the hair we're working with, and I think we will start off with a ponytail because I'm really enjoying a ponytail at the moment, which is quite unlike me. I used to hate having my hair up in a ponytail because I have quite big ears, and I feel like when you have your hair up, that becomes a bit more of like a focal point, I suppose. So I used to really dislike having my hair up, to be honest with you, but recently I've been really enjoying it. So let's get started with step 1, and that is to brush through your hair. Honestly, I barely ever brush my hair. Like, I am not a fan of hair brushing. I really don't brush my hair very frequently. My friends, my mum especially, gets so annoyed at me because I don't brush my hair. When I'm doing something like this, it's probably one of the only times that I do actually go ahead and brush my hair. This is a wet brush, which is a great one. So once I've brushed through any knots and things, I will honestly quite classically just see why I hate these bits? So annoying. I will just go quite classically and go for like a bit of a mid point here. You can go for a low ponytail or even a higher ponytail, but this sort of area or like placement is what I'm enjoying the most at the moment. I will go back in with my hairbrush to just try and get everything to look a little bit neater. Now I will say I'm not a hairstylist or anything like that. I feel like this is all like quite basic and quite easy, and it's just what like works for me, I suppose. Like I said, I have hair that is fairly easy to manage, so you know, it's easy, I guess. But essentially this is sort of where I want it to be. As I said, I've brushed it. I tried to brush the lower part as well because I often get like a little bit of bump here, which is probably inevitable and gonna stay there anyway, but you know, I do try. And then this is the best part. This brush is a little bit of magic. It's a Lee Stafford ponytail brush, and it's perfect. I then go in with this to really put everything in place, so it just gives me such a nice like sleek finish. It's got the perfect sort of bristles, and so I'd say I'm pretty happy with how that has all brushed through at the moment. So I grab a hairband next. Usually I will go for some sort of scrunchie or something like that, and it really is that basic. I do think it's down to like the hairbrush as well that really gives you a nice sleek finish, which I would definitely recommend getting yourself this type of hairbrush, which is perfect for like an updo. It's really excellent. And then I will go in with some sort of a wax or a pomade. So this is a Care styling wax stick. The reason I like this one is because it's really big, so it covers like quite a lot of area, and what I will then do with this is just pop it over like this to sort of like flatten everything out and just any flyaways or anything like that. Using a stick like this one, a wax stick, really helps just keep everything down and looking a bit more like sleek and slicked back. This really is so easy to use, and it makes such a huge difference. I'm sure you can tell. It's a really good hair hack in my opinion because it's long lasting and it really does do the trick, and that's pretty much how I do this kind of hairstyle. If ever I want to add a bit of shine, for example, if my hair is looking a little bit dull, if we are very close to hair wash time, then I will go in with a little bit of Moroccan oil, which I don't do all the time, but I guess for the sake of this video, I will pop in just a little bit because I'm going to be doing the next hairstyle next, so I don't want to have too much of this, but literally just over the ponytail to give myself, or to give my hair, a bit more of like a sleek shine. You can even, with any left over on your fingers, sort of like smooth it over the top as well, and it just adds a bit of shine and a bit more moisture into your hair as well, so helps it look better for longer, in my opinion. That's really as simple as this is. There's not too much going on, there's not too much to it. So those are my really simple steps of achieving a ponytail look. That's what I usually do, and this is the end result basically. I am quite happy with it. I know that there are a ton of tips and tricks and different products you can use, but to keep it really simple and nice and easy, this is what I do, and for me it works really well. On to hairstyle number 2. This time I'm going to share a sleek back bun look. I'm going to use a little trick I learned on TikTok. So this is some volume mousse. I don't think it has to be like volume mousse. I mean, it probably doesn't even make sense for it to be volume mousse, but just any sort of mousse will really do the trick here. I've just positioned myself so that I can see what I'm doing in the mirror, otherwise this could go incredibly wrong. But basically you just do something a bit scary like that, but honestly it does really work. And admittedly, I don't think you have to do it like this. I do kind of think this is just for the like wow factor on TikTok, to make a video a bit more interesting. But essentially you do this with your mousse and slick back your hair. I like to give myself the middle parting still, so I don't like to go completely back with my hair. I know a lot of people do this and have a sort of wet look going on, but for me personally, I like to keep this with my middle parting on show because that's how I personally prefer to style my hair. This whole top section is definitely slicked back, which is exactly what I want, but the bottom is still like easily malleable. But it just means that what I want to achieve is kind of halfway done, which then means that from here on out you can pretty much just work with your hands because you've already sort of got that movement and that shape in place thanks to the mousse. But if you want to, you can go in with some sort of hairbrush. I quite like a tangle teaser, or even the wet brush that I was using previously. That works quite well, but for me for now, very happy with this. What I will do is go in with that magic hairbrush and make sure everything is properly slicked back. This basically has special like bristles, which then make sure that everything just looks really sleek and there's no real like gaps or anything like that. And when I'm doing a low bun, I want to brush everything downwards. So when I was doing my ponytail, for example, I was going this way. I was keeping it quite upright and keeping it quite straight, whereas for a low bun I want everything to meet at the bottom, so I will always brush my hair downwards so that it all meets at the nape of my neck. This trick with the mousse is particularly good if you have layered hair like I do, because it means that everything just sort of stays almost like glued in place. And you can go two different ways here with the front sections. You can either go slightly back and down like I have done on this side, or you can do it a bit more like flat, so flat against your face like I've done here. You can see the difference between the two sides in my opinion. So this one is slightly higher, slightly more open, and this one sort of makes your face a little bit like smaller and a bit more like, a bit more fierce isn't the right word I'm looking for, but I just think it's a little bit sexier. However, I do usually go for this kind of thing, so I typically do brush my hair like back and up because I have quite a small head, so I don't necessarily want to make my head look any smaller with hair. But I suppose that's a real easy trick you could use if that's something you want to achieve, the illusion of like a smaller face or a smaller forehead or anything like that. It's pretty easy to do with the help of your hair. So once I'm happy with that, I will tie it up at the nape of my neck, and I actually use a small hairband for this because I just want something small to keep everything in place. and I prefer that to a like thicker bobble here. My next step is to turn my ponytail into a bun. I'm really not good at this step actually, and often my buns look a little bit crazy, but I usually sort of try and twist a bit the ponytail and then wrap it around itself until I've got a bun that I'm fairly happy with. If ever there are any bits which haven't quite cooperated and aren't working so well in my bun, I will usually just pin them in place with a bobby pin. Bobby pins are great at this. You can really go all in. You can have 100 different bobby pins in there if you need to just really fix things up and make it look exactly how you want it to. Once I'm happy with all of that, what I will do is go in for another quick check for the front of my head to make sure that everything is still looking sleek. I feel like when you do use something like a mousse, it's unlikely you will need to do any more touch-ups because it really does keep everything in place for you. But if I do need to, I will go in with something like this. So this is the Slick Stick, and it's the anti-flyaway hair wand. This essentially looks a bit like a mascara wand kind of, but it's got gel there which sort of gels everything back into place. So whilst I don't necessarily feel like I need any more, my hair mousse is working quite well here, so I don't really feel like I need this in any particular areas, but usually when I do, this is what I will go for, and it really is as easy as it looks. You just brush it over literally like you would a mascara wand. It's really good and a great one to like pop into a handbag as well. My final step for when I do any sort of bun is to add some hairspray at the end. The reason I don't do this with a ponytail is because I feel like you want to have quite a bit of movement and sort of natural flow with a ponytail, but when it comes to a bun, you really want to secure that in place and you don't want it to end up falling apart during the day, so hairspray is always a good idea. And that's how I achieve my low bun and how it stays in place all day through filming, shooting, a work day, anything. This type of hairstyle is literally not going to move with this amount of product in your hair, which is why I said that I always keep these sort of looks for hair wash days, because I know that I'm going to get this product out of my hair soon. That's how I achieve these two really simple, easy hairstyles. Now, I will be honest, for the sake of this video, I have sort of beefed up these tutorials a little bit and I've shared more products and different ways that you can achieve these. But to be honest with you, if you want the really stripped back simple way, all you really need are like these two products in my opinion. The number one is a good brush for ponytails, and this Lee Stafford one is excellent. I think it's around £5 as well, so a really, really good price point. I love it. And then the second thing that I would recommend is something like a styling wax, or even the styling stick that I shared with you, the Slick Stick. Something like this, some sort of gel or some sort of wax that will really help to keep everything in place and give you that slick and sleek finish with your hairstyles. The other products that I shared with you are great products as well, but you don't necessarily need them, if you know what I mean. You can definitely achieve these kind of looks with two products only. I hope you enjoyed this video. I don't do a lot of hair content or like hair tutorials, if you could really call this a tutorial, but I did really enjoy it, so I hope you enjoyed watching as well. As I mentioned at the beginning of this video, if you have any other video suggestions or video ideas or things you'd like to see on my channel, then please do comment down below. A very big thank you for watching today's video. I hope you enjoyed it. Please give it a thumbs up if you did. Don't forget to subscribe to my channel as well if you're not already subscribed. I upload onto my YouTube channel weekly, so I would really love for you to subscribe, and that way you won't miss out on any future uploads of mine. A very big thank you for watching, and I will see you all soon. Bye.